All right, this your boy Ashy Knuckles live at the Savannah gym on the west side, where I caught up with rising light middleweight fighter Omar Henry. What's up, bro?
Oh man, just training for the next one already. That's it, working.
All right, so you got a fight coming up April 3rd in Corpus Christi. Do you know who you'll be getting in the ring with yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Just training for anybody.
Training for anybody. I was just at the Top Rank Live event in Grapevine, Texas, where you put another fighter out of his misery in the first round. Tell us about it.
Oh, well, he was a tough guy. He was from Mexico. He was undefeated. He had just knocked out an undefeated fighter. So, I thought I was going to go a couple rounds. This guy was tough, but yeah, it didn't happen. I just threw combinations, body, head, and power, and I got him out of there quick. All
right. Well, you told me before that your coach told you to test his chin early, and you did that. He crumbled like a cracker. So when are these guys going to actually put up a better fight and give you the much-needed rounds that you need?
Well, it all depends, I'm always going to do that for most of my fights, if I see a guy dry, we're going to come out and test his chin, and then from there, we got our game plan. But, this is, like I said, this is supposed to be the fight I'm supposed to get even more rounds in, but, it didn't happen, and, all I got to see is tell the public, just be patient. They're going to see me go more rounds, I got a long career ahead of me. I only got 8 fights, and, obviously, you're going to see more rounds of me. Just, be patient, so I'm going to be, all right.
All right, so what can we expect to see from you April 3rd?
Well, the same Omar Henry, man. Power, combinations, and body shots.
Killer body shots. All right, well, it seemed like your team has got you on a fast track to superstardom. About how many times are you looking to fight for the rest of this year?
Oh, man, it just all depends on my promoter, and my manager. Like I said before, if I get guys out of here like I did, last weekend, I can fight, every other month or every month. It just depends, so it depends on how the fights go. By the end of this year, I will be in double digits and win, so, expect that.
All right, so you're training real good. How's your weight right now? You haven't went up too many pounds since the last fight, right?
Oh, nah, man. I came right back in the gym Monday, as soon as I took a couple days off and got right back in the gym. So, I'm a gym rat. I'm always in the gym, always trying to get better. So, I'm on weight. I'm good.
All right. So everybody knows your story. Everybody knows how Freddie Roach was looking to bring you into camp. That's how you got a much publicized name. But tell the fans out there exactly what you want to accomplish in the sport. Well, what's the first thing you want to do while you're at 154 pounds?
I want to become a world champion. That's it. That's my first goal, is become a world champion. I want to become a world champion, and then I want to become undisputed world champion. And, I just want to have a Hall of Fame career, have a lot of title defenses, and just become the best, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the game. That's what I want to accomplish one day.
All right. Well, how are you doing in school? You have an undefeated record in boxing. How's those grades in school?
Oh, school's going great, man. I'm still getting straight A's. We're on spring break right now as we speak. Everything's great. Can't complain.
All right. Well, you know of the comparisons they've had of you to Miguel Cotto, and that's what other people have thought of you. But I'm going to ask you, because you have that Evander Holyfield shirt on, who is the fighter or fighter from the current or past that you think your style is more similar to?
Well, a lot of people keep telling me, I fight like this fighter, I fight like that fighter. I'm not sure, man. I'm just Omar Henry. Like I told people before in other interviews, I don't have just one style. As y'all seen, I can have, a tight, slow style, kind of, more of a boxer style like on my pro debut, or I can just have a come-at-you style, like in my last fight. So, I can do everything, I can box, I can brawl, I can do it all. So I really can't, put myself in a little category and say, oh, my style's like Aaron Pryor, or oh, my style's like, Alexis Arguello. It just depends, or Miguel Cotto. It all depends, what fight. I have everything mixed together. I have the whole package. All
right. And you're still a student of the game, so you basically are saying you take bits and pieces from current fighters and fighters from the past, like throwback fighters, and you add it to your own game?
Right, that's exactly what I mean. I look at the top pound-for-pound fighters today, and I look at the top pound-for-pound fighters from from the past, and I try to take a little bit of each from each fighter and put it into my own game. What makes me, and then on top of that, with all my hard work and everything, and it just makes me one of the best. So.
All right. Well, the people out there who have only seen you go one round with a lot of your opponents, they really don't know all the stuff that you have in your arsenal. Like you said before, you can box, you can infight. Do you think infighting is a lost art in today's game? Do you think most guys don't know how to infight that well? They only know how to box from a distance?
Yeah, I do. I mean, me and my coach were just talking about the other day about we see some of these guys out here, when they get on the inside, they just hold someone. You start jumping up and down, something like that, instead of, stepping around like we do. You go on the inside, you step around, you throw a body shot, or you get them off you instead of holding. So I think that's a big loss art, and I'm gonna bring that back. And they see when I fight on the inside, they're gonna see what it is to fight on the inside. All
right. Well, last time we had you on the radio show, I was interviewing you there. Well, no, my bad. The first time we had you on the radio show, I was telling the listeners how you were gonna be a devastating body puncher. But as we just seen in this last fight, you didn't even have to go to the body once because you hit him upstairs and he crumbled. What do you think is your best punch? Do you think it's a left hook upstairs, combinations to the body? I mean, what is your best punch?
Well, actually, I did go to the body. If you go back on the tape again, if you watch the fight again on YouTube, you'll see on the second, before the second knockdown, when I knocked him out, I did a left hook to the body. I did like a uppercut left hook, and he bent down like that, and that's when I started the combination to the top. But I really can't say, because I've knocked people out with every punch so far. I mean, I've knocked people out with a left hook, a right hand, a body shot, uppercut. I did everything. So I have power in both hands. So I don't know. One of my favorite punches is the right hand. I mean, I can say that. I like the right hand. I have a real strong right hand, and body shot. So it just depends on how I'm feeling that day. I don't know.
All right. Well, you are a puncher in both hands, as we've seen guys just drop every time you hit them. But in the future, guys aren't going to be dropping. How do you get too dependent on your power and not abandon your boxing skills in the future?
Well,
not saying that you've abandoned your boxing skills. I'm like, that's a big mistake that a lot of guys in the game make. They abandon their skills because they trust their power too much. So how do you avoid not abandoning the boxing skills?
Yeah, well, reason why is I train right here at Savannah Boxing Gym, and we have one of the best sparrings here. So I practice my skills here from sparring. Obviously I'm not knocking guys out in sparring, so that's how I train on, doing my boxing skills. I'm sparring middleweights, the super middleweights, and people that's bigger than me, light heavyweights. So, you obviously have to box with guys that's bigger than you. So that's how I know whenever I do get past a certain point and guys don't fall right away, I have boxing skills for my backup.
Good deal.
But they will eventually fall, though.
No.
Trust me.
I heard that, bro. You got to be confident, and you know what? Your track record is speaking for itself. So what do you have to say to your fans in closing?
I just want to thank all my fans for all their support. I'm going to continue to get brutal knockouts and exciting fights, and keep supporting me.
All right. That's Omar Henry, y'all. Peace out.
All right.